President Trump got a warm reception from conservatives meeting near Washington Friday and sought to build support for a controversial idea to arm some teachers to prevent future school shootings.
I want to stop it. And I know it's a little controversial to say, but I have to say, since I started this 2 days ago, a lot of people that were totally opposed to it are now agreeing. They love their students. They don't want their students to be killed and to be hurt.
In the aftermath of the Florida high school shooting, Trump faces pressure to act, much as his predecessors did in the wake of similar national tragedies.
I can only say tonight that the prayers of the American people are with you.
President Bill Clinton spoke to the nation in the wake of the 1999 mass shooting at Columbine High School in Colorado. President George W. Bush offered comfort and prayers following the Virginia Tech massacre in 2007. And an emotional President Barack Obama spoke to the nation after the mass shooting of elementary school students in Newtown, Connecticut in 2012.
We've endured too many of these tragedies in the past few years. The majority of those who died today were children. Beautiful little kids between the ages of 5 and 10 years old.
This week, President Trump heard from students and parents in the wake of the Valentine's Day school shooting in Parkland, Florida, including surviving student Samuel Zeif.
I lost a best friend who's practically a brother. And I'm here to use my voice because I know he can't.
Recent polls show a jump in support for additional gun restrictions, says Quinnipiac pollster Jim Malone.
If you think Americans are not paying attention or moved by these shootings, you're wrong. In the last 2 years, we've seen a 20% jump in calls for stricter gun control.
But support in the polls does not always translate into votes come election time, says analyst Capri Cafaro.
NRA members are very reliable voters. So just because public opinion polls say people want background checks, that doesn't necessarily translate to people showing up at the polls.
Students have taken to the streets demanding action in the wake of the Florida tragedy, and that could have a lasting political impact, says Malloy.
These young voices have jumped out in the last 4 or 5 days and appear to be at the tip of the spear of a movement. So the sense is a movement that had started has now gained momentum and accelerating, and we may see some change out of this.
The first opportunity to demonstrate change will come in this November's midterm congressional elections. Jim Malone, VOA News, Washington.